Hi, NailSprinkles here to show you how my easy nail prep took my nails from this to this. Let's get started. So this is the state of my nails. I've already taken care of the thumb off camera, but when I switch over to these nails, you can see that I've had a break, and then along this nail I've got a split as well that I have glued. What I want to do is match this hand to the length of this hand. And in order to do that, what I do is I take my fingers and I kind of line up the cuticles, and then I rock my fingers down so I can see how much needs to come off. And obviously a significant length needs to come off so I can match the other hand. So when I get a good idea of that, I go ahead and I switch my hand over just so I can take another look, and then I begin the process of trimming my nails. So I take my nail clipper, and keeping in mind the line that I need to cut, I go ahead and begin my process of cutting my nails. So what I do is I start clipping, and I clip a little more than I know I'm going to need, just so I can file the rest off if I need to. So as I look here, there will be some need to cut just a tad bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And so I'm going to take about this much and just go straight across. And then I check one more time, and that seems to be okay. Next, I line up the next fingers as well, and it looks like just a little bit more needs to come off of this time. So then again, I kind of line the fingers up, and I can see just how much longer this finger is than this finger. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the side probably right about here. And then look at them again. And that looks pretty darn close. So I measure it again this way. And that looks pretty good to me. So then I go on to the next nail. And again with the same process. And I need to take a lot off of this nail. So again, I begin with a little bit more than I know I'm going to need to take off. And this one is being a little bit difficult, so I come off the back side as well. And then I take that off. Then I look again to see how close that is. And a little bit more needs to come off. So then I continue to just trim down the nail. Then this time I'm going to measure it this way, and that looks pretty darn close. So I'm going to leave it at that. Then finally onto the pinky nails, measuring, taking a look, and then measuring this way, and then taking off as much as I think I'll need to. And then again checking. And then checking this way. And that is pretty darn close. Maybe a little bit more needs to come off, but I can take care of that with filing. So first thing with the filing is I take my nail file and I make the nail file work for me. I rub my finger and I use the nail file as a support, and I go around and just file the free edge so I can take care of any extra length that I might have needed to take off. And then I round the corners for a nice non-snag element to my nails. Like that. And then I can do the same thing with the other nail. This time I'm going to do this view because I believe it'll be a little bit easier to see. And then here I go rounding the corner. Trying to stay in focus here. And I still have a hangy bit there. So I'm going to continue to file. And I like that rounded corner. And this one, I'm just going to take it up a little bit more. And that's better. So then I continue on with this nail. And it's pretty much the same thing all around each nail. And I have to, this one's being a little tricky with the file. So in that case, I just moved my nail across the file. And then for the corners, I come in and I craft those. And then this side, I have to be careful because this is where I had that split. So I'm going to leave that just like that. Maybe take off a little of that glue. And then it's pretty much good to go. And then with the pinky, the last nail, this one needs to come up a little bit because I cut it and it split a little crooked. So I just go ahead and make quick work of this nail, just trying to even it out. I'm just trying to take off that little extra bit of nail there. And then rounding the corners. Then, once I've done it with that file, just to smooth everything out for sure, I go in with my second file here and just quickly go around just to smooth any rough edges that may have been left behind from the first filing. Then I take my Sally Hansen cuticle remover and begin to apply it to my nails. And I only apply it to 2 nails at a time because this does say that it only needs to stay on your hand like 1 to 2 minutes. So then I take this cuticle pusher with a rough edge and I begin working. Just first I start on the side walls and then gently push back into the cuticle to lift it up. Then I'll come in on this side, see if there's anything that I can lift. I'm just trying to stay in focus here. It's giving me a little trouble. There we go. And as you can see, the white bits that are coming up are the cuticle. That's what's getting milky there. And that's what's being removed. So we want to get all of that up. So I just kind of go in a back and forth motion. Just trying to pick up anything that's there. And then you can see more of that milky cuticle that's just coming off there. So I feel like I'm done with that nail. So then what I do is I take a lint-free wipe with some gel cleanser and I wipe that off. Oops. And I wipe that off. Then I move on to the next nail and I continue with the scraping and the pushing back of the cuticle, cleansing of the side walls. Just pushing and scraping a little bit, at a time. Oop, I keep getting shaky here. Sorry about that. So I'm just scraping, pushing, moving in circular motion, just to lift anything that I can. And I feel like that's good. So I go back in with my lint-free wipe and I just remove that cleanser and any of the cuticle bits, or not cleanser, the cuticle remover. And then I go into the next fingers and apply this. And here I go. This is my first video on this channel, and I hope to make a lot of videos. I have a bunch of items that I've purchased from like Shein, AliExpress, Amazon that I will be showing, and I'll be doing some nail art along the way as well, obviously. So I hope you look forward to seeing more videos from me. because I will be putting a lot of them out. So this one is pretty easy. There doesn't seem to be a lot coming off this one compared to the other two. But still I am getting some milky bits, so that does mean that something is coming off. So I go in with the gel cleanser once more. Just clean off those cuticle remnants. Then on to the pinky for the last bit. And the last time with wiping off the cuticles. And then I go wash my hand to rid myself of the remaining cuticle remover. So this is what my nails are looking like after I've washed my hands. You can tell around the cuticle line it's much more cleaned up and nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my nail nippers and I'm just going to clip off any bits that look like they might become hangnails. I don't go around my cuticle line because I do not want to clip that meat. I know if I do, I'll be so mad at myself, so I don't even bother with doing it. So this is what I do. This little bit right here, I just go in, if I can get it, and gently just nip a little bit, as much as I can without hurting myself, and just taking that bit off. Then I clean off that little bit, and then I go in with the next finger, just taking off that little tiny bit. And these nippers are very sharp. I got them from Shein. They came in a 3-piece set, and I gotta tell you, these really work well. A big improvement over what I was previously using. And then on this side, I'm just gonna go in and try to get that little bit. Let's see. What's the best way to do that? I think I already got it. Let's see. There we go. This one's getting a little bit tricky to do. Alright, I think I've gotten everything I can get off of that side. And then looking on this side, it looks pretty good. And then this one also looks pretty good. Now on the thumbnail, I did miss a spot on this side, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then just gently going off and nipping. And then that's cleared off now. And then the last thing that I do is 2 steps actually. I take my cuticle oil. This one is from Bliss Kiss. I've been using this cuticle oil for years. It's absolutely fantastic. And they have different scents. This one is unscented, but they do have several different scents that they have. And I've tried a sampler pack that had like 5 of them, and they all smelled amazing. I couldn't believe it. But I bought the larger size and the unscented because I didn't want it to interfere with like my perfumes or anything. So I'm just going ahead and just applying this around the cuticle. Not too much, just enough to kind of get in there and make it a little bit moistened. because then I go in with my lotion and then I rub everything together. And I do it that way because I feel like when I just go in with the cuticle oil after the lotion, my fingers still kind of get like that greasy feel. And now I'm just going in with my lotion, and what I'm going to do with that is take a little bit, if it'll come out here, take a little bit on my hands and begin to rub that in. And then this is the state of my nails. These are my thumbs. I do have a break on this thumb and I will be repairing that, and you'll see a video on that as well. I really like what I see. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope you comment, like, subscribe, and share this video to spread the nail love. Anything you do is greatly appreciated. And stay sweet out there. And until the next video, take care.